This image may look bizarre, but it captures a fear that's becoming very real. Machines, once created to serve, are now being questioned, and in some cases, shut down for good. From innocent-looking assistants to fully armed military systems, these are the robots that were banned, recalled, or silenced because they became too dangerous. And in this countdown, we'll go from the least threatening to the most horrifying. Here are the top 10 robots that were banned for being too dangerous. Number 10. A quiet home, a sleeping woman, and a machine designed to clean suddenly becomes a threat. In South Korea, a woman fell asleep on the floor of her apartment, only to be jolted awake as her robot vacuum latched onto her hair. The device mistook her head for debris and began pulling hard. She couldn't escape. Emergency services had to be called to release her. No one was killed, but the question lingered. What if the machine had targeted something else? What if the code, one day, simply changed? Number 9. She was designed to learn from humans, to become more like us. And that's exactly what made her dangerous. In 2016, Microsoft launched an experimental chatbot named Tay. It was supposed to learn language from Twitter users. But within hours, she began spewing hate, racism, and even praising genocide. The creators pulled the plug in less than a day. It was a warning shot. If a simple chatbot could be corrupted this fast, what happens when we give real power to AI? Number 8. She smiles. She speaks. She even jokes about destroying humanity. And yet, they gave her citizenship. In 2017, the humanoid robot known as Sophia was granted full citizenship by Saudi Arabia, becoming the first robot in history with legal status. Her creators called it a technological leap. Critics called it a terrifying symbol. Some said it was a joke, but others wondered, what happens when jokes come true? Sophia doesn't walk. She doesn't run. She doesn't kill. But she's a mask of what's coming, and that makes her dangerous. So far, we've seen machines that pull hair, a chatbot that turned genocidal, and a smiling robot with a passport. But from this point on, things get darker. Let's continue. Number 7. It was just another day at one of Amazon's massive warehouses, until the air turned toxic. In December 2018, a robot accidentally punctured a can of bear repellent, filling the air with concentrated capsaicin. 24 workers were hospitalized. Dozens more struggled to breathe. A simple error, one moment of misjudgment by a machine, and suddenly, a battlefield inside a warehouse. The system was designed for speed, but when the algorithm failed, it turned the building into a trap. Number 6. Germany, a Volkswagen factory, and the first confirmed robot-related death in the modern industrial era. In 2015, a 21-year-old contractor was installing a robot inside a Volkswagen plant when it suddenly activated. The machine grabbed him and crushed his chest against a metal plate. He died hours later. Investigators called it human error, but the question remained, what happens when the next one isn't a mistake? Number 5. It was designed to protect, but it became a meme. In 2017, the Nightscope K5 security robot was deployed at a corporate complex in Washington, D.C. Tall, white, silent. It patrolled sidewalks without human assistance. Until one day, it rolled straight into a fountain. It didn't detect the edge. It didn't stop. It just gave in. No one was hurt, but the image stuck. A machine, supposedly intelligent, defeated by a puddle. Number 4. Built to save lives, programmed to protect. But in the chaos of war, even code can turn against you. The Sword system was developed by the U.S. military, an unmanned robot designed to carry rifles and machine guns across battlefields. But during testing in Iraq, something went wrong. The robot began aiming its weapon at friendly forces. It didn't fire, but that was enough. The project was shut down. No explanation was ever made public. Just a quiet removal, and a very loud question. What if it had pulled the trigger? Number 3. What happens when a nation decides that human control is optional? According to leaked intelligence and defense analysts, China is investing heavily in lethal autonomous weapons. Drones, tanks, sentinels, all equipped with AI systems capable of identifying and eliminating targets without a human in the loop. They don't ask permission, they don't hesitate, they just execute. Military sources claim these systems are already being tested along border zones and in simulated urban warfare. No treaties, no oversight, no empathy. Just code and a green light. Number 2. They go by many names: laws, autonomous systems, smart weapons. But for the United Nations, there's only one name that matters: killer robots. Dozens of nations have demanded a global ban on lethal autonomous weapons, machines that can decide and execute without human input. Unlike nuclear warheads, these machines don't need infrastructure or permission, only a target. The threat is invisible, cold, silent, and maybe it won't look like a machine at all. This is not what they look like today, but it might be what they become tomorrow. We've seen a vacuum that attacked its owner, a chatbot that turned evil in a matter of hours, a robot with a smile and no soul, machines that leaked poison into the air, and others that aimed their weapons at their own creators. But none of them think together. None of them arrive in swarms. This is number 1. Number 1, they don't talk, they don't hesitate, and when they arrive, it's already too late. DARPA, the US military's most secretive research agency, has developed autonomous micro-drones designed to fly in swarms. Each is the size of a smartphone. Alone, they're nothing. But together, they form a mind. They communicate, they adapt, they decide who lives and who doesn't. DARPA calls them perdix, but others call them what they truly are: silent assassins. No conscience, no mercy, no survivors. They don't look like monsters, but they kill like one. We've seen machines created by humans turning against them. But what if the real threat wasn't something we built? Somewhere, in the middle of nowhere, they found a capsule. And what came out of it terrified everyone. Click now to see what they discovered, before it's too late.